Good morning, my dear students. I'm going to explain to you today the present simple of every other verb. What is the present simple used for? The present simple is going to be used in order to talk about routines or things that are true. What does it mean, routines? What I do every day. I wake up at 3 a.m., I have breakfast at 3:15, I go to work at 4 and things like that, okay? So like, what is the routine that you do every day? The second is going to be for things that are true. What do you mean, teacher, things that are true? For example, I am a teacher. I am Colombian. Today is Wednesday, at least when I'm recording this video. This is an office, for example. Those things are true. How are we going to use the present simple? The present simple is going to have only two possible conjugations in English, which are going to be one for first person, second person, and plural, and the other for the third person. For the first person, second person, and plural, the conjugation is going to be extremely simple. If you find a verb in English, let's say you find to buy, in order to conjugate it, you simply remove the to, and that's it, I buy. So in here you say I work, you enter, we move, you study, and they practice. But then, what happens with the third person? The third person is going to have a particularity here. What particularity is that? That when you are going to conjugate it in the third person, you are going to have several possibilities. Possibility number one, the big majority of verbs, when they are going to be on the third person, you simply put S. Enter, enters. Sit, sits. Practice, practices. Work, works. Write, writes. Read, reads. Stay, stays. Pray, prays. Pay, pays. So you simply put the S. But then you are going to have group number two. In this group, you are going to put ES. When you have verbs that finish in S, SS, CH, SH, X, or Z, the conjugation is going to be ES. So you say passes, watches, washes, wishes, and fixes. The third group is going to be different from these ones. If you notice here, stay, pray, and pay have a vowel before the Y. But in there, you are going to have a consonant. Consonant plus Y, consonant plus Y, consonant plus Y. So in that case, you are going to put you change the Y for an I, and you put ES. Studies, copies, parties. One more time. These conjugations are exclusive for the third person. She, he, and it. Finally, we are going to have the irregulars, which are going to be three. Do, go, and have. Why are they irregular? Because they are going to change. Do transforms into does, go transforms into goes, and have transforms into has. Like that, okay? Good. Now, what happens, and what's even easier in the present simple, is that you only have to worry about these conjugations in the positive sentences, because the negative sentences are going to have an auxiliary. What is an auxiliary verb? Auxiliary verbs are going to be very particular. The first task that they have is that you need to accompany the negation. The negation cannot go alone. I cannot say, I not work. Or you cannot say, I work not. It's not possible. So the first task of the auxiliary is accompany the negation. The second task of the auxiliary is going to be conjugate the verb. But as this verb conjugated is the same, you don't notice. But in here, in the third person, you notice. This is the conjugation, so the verb doesn't have S or ES or IES. You simply put the auxiliary and that is it. The same happens with the questions. In the questions, you are going to have first the auxiliary, then the subject, and then the verb. So for example, you are going to say, do I look okay? Do I look okay? Like that, okay? Very good. So this is the present simple of every other verb.